my name is Torbs, and in this episode, I'll explain why most people can't stick to their fitness goals and how to fix that. That way you could both get in shape and stay in shape long term. And that even though you don't see yourself as a super disciplined person today. Okay, so we have all been there. We have decided that we want to get in better shape. We set ourselves a goal and we probably try a new program or diet. But after 2 to 3 weeks, you probably run out of motivation and then quit. And maybe you then concluded that you're simply just not a disciplined person. But the good news is that you probably don't need any more self-discipline than you have today. You just need to spend it a bit more wisely. And with a conscious focus on building new habits. You see, the stronger you make your habits, the less discipline is needed. And of course, creating a new habit is hard at first and can take anywhere between 21 to 66 days, depending on how difficult that habit is to perform. But when achieved, it's like driving on autopilot. And then you might seem like a super disciplined person for others, but for you, it's just a natural part of your lifestyle. And that's exactly where most programs and diets fail, as they don't factor in the mindset and habits you need to form to succeed in real life long term. The question then is how? Now that you know that building habits is the real key to succeeding long term, how do you build a new habit? Well, according to my book, Lean Body, Strong Mind, there are 3 elements that determine if you will be able to form a new habit. And that is, number 1, you power your motivation. 2, you make it easy to win and hard to fail. And 3, you design triggers. Now in this video, I'll quickly go through these topics. So number 1, how do you power your motivation when you're not motivated? First, let's start with the less obvious. A, you make a specific plan to delete all question marks. Well, first of all, you might not lack motivation. You probably just need clarity of what to do. In other words, you lack a specific plan. In fact, research has shown that having a very specific plan for when and where you're going to exercise is the single most important factor that determines if people are able to stick to their fitness goals. You see, the problem with unspecific plans like I'm going to exercise more is that you leave a question mark, like should I exercise today? Where should I exercise? How long should I exercise? And then you rely on motivation and willpower to push you to action day after day. So get a specific plan. B, you track your small wins every day. You see, we humans are wired to want instant gratification and rewards to stay motivated. Well, first of all, I'm a big fan of training yourself to delay gratification for bigger rewards, but that requires discipline. And my promise for this video was to not require any more discipline than you have today. That way, we need to plant an immediate feeling of success each day, even though it's just a small win. So how do you do that? Well, since the best motivator is progress, you need to visually keep track of how you progress on your chosen plan over time. And when you tick off all the little boxes you can today, then every day can be a success. And that way you power your motivation. Lastly, here are some more obvious ways to improve your motivation. That is, number 1, find something you really like. That way you are already motivated to do it. So for example, if you like surfing, you don't need motivation to surf. Surfing is just like play. So if you can find something you like, aim for that. Next, be part of a team or a group to add some social accountability. Lastly, sign up for a big contest that you work towards, making today's workout essential and valuable. Now, moving on to element number 2. You have to make it easy to win and hard to fail. You see, your habit must be easy to perform in the beginning. And the harder it is, the more motivation is needed. Of course, if you are really motivated, the workout or diet or whatever you're trying to do can be hard. But if you're not motivated, here are my best tips. Number 1, the 2-minute rule. That implies that you simply commit to the first 2 minutes of a workout or a habit you're trying to start. So for example, once you have tied your running shoes and walk outside the door, you will probably continue. But it all started with the first 2 minutes. Next off, you need to hack your environment. You see, the secret to self-control is simply to structure your environment so that you don't have to use it. And that is true regardless of what you are trying to achieve, whether that's learning a new skill, doing your homework, working out, or eating healthy. In the case of mindless snacking on candy throughout the week, simply try to avoid buying the foods on your avoid list to reduce all these options to occur. And lastly, step number 3, let's talk about how you can create triggers in your everyday life to remind you to do a specific habit. That means to simply find something that grabs your attention and reminds you to take action. That could be the number of steps on your watch or the slot on your calendar reminding you to exercise. Now, I hope that you found this advice helpful to stick to your goals long term. And if you found this advice helpful, you could subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. Good luck.